Akash, are you able to see my virtual background? It's the same as yours, right?
How to see people? I'm not able to see videos here.
Okay. Someone else can confirm. Siddharth?
Okay, I'm audible, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
sounds
awesome.
good. We can get started now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to GitHub's workshop on Introduction to Git and GitHub, led by Akash Hadagali, a GitHub campus expert.
Okay, awesome. So, hello everyone. I'm Akash. So, I'll be hosting this Get a workshop session. I hope you had till now amazing day with your hackathon. And with me, I have Akansh, who will be coaching the event with me. So, quickly, let's get started. So, how we're going to do this is we have we will talk about version control, we'll talk about Git, and we will talk about GitHub. All everything will be like on introduction level. We won't go much deeper, so everyone can, at the beginner level, can get an understanding of what is happening. And also, at the end, we have a quiz. We'll be giving away GitHub t-shirts. So wait for the t-shirt since we'll be having the quiz at the last. So just before getting started, we just want you to like install Git in your machine. Just wanted to confirm like you should have Git installed in your machine. So you can download the Git from git-scm.com. The website looks just like this. Download the Git, and if you're on Mac, you already have Git. Don't worry. And if you are on your Windows, you have to download this. Choose the default option, and we will get started with the VCS. So first thing, next thing is like, what the hell is VCS, right? So VCS is version control system. So before thinking about version control system, let's see what is versioning. So versioning is like denotes exactly the current state of the program or the software. Think the software as a number, like version 1, version 2, version 3, or like an example given in the slides, like Microsoft Windows 95, 98, the version goes, right? And the VCS basically it made for to track your code, right? Not your like other huge files, not your movies, not your images, right? Only for your code. So let's get started with Git. So before starting with Git, I'm assuming you have installed the Git, and we have to configure a few things. So make sure you're configured your Git. You can verify it by using few commands like git config ---- global user.name. Let me try that. So it's git config ---- global and user.name. So mine is already configured, so you can add it by adding your username here. But mine is already done, so I won't do that. Uh, you will have to add your email ID. You will need your email ID to be there because afterwards in future we're gonna use GitHub. So Git will be using this global username email ID for getting access to your GitHub. And this is one more interesting colors for like once I will do Git init, I will show you the colors, how the colors will show. GitHub has some default colors for showing your branches or your status, Git status in your command line. So let's start with Git. Let's do a Git init. But there are actually two ways of creating Git repository. First one is like you can do Git init, create your own repository, or you can do Git clone. Git clone is basically like copying others' code or copying from the internet. But uh, um there's one more thing to note: like Git clone will already consist of Git file. Okay, so we'll do Git init, and let's start with creating basic file. So I will just do Git init. So it's initialize the empty repository. By default, my local Git points to master, right? His branch name is master, and we use Git init, and let's create something, right? We will create. I created a CPP file, test.cpp file inside this repository, and I have created like integers. Basically, you have to write your code here, and I don't think so anyone will write C++ code in a hackathon. But this is an example, like basic example. How do you commit your code? For example, I've written A, B, C variables, right? So what I want to do, I want to push it. I want to add this to my Git repository. Let's see what's the current status of my Git. So how can we get status? You can say on the master branch, means by default my current branch is master. We have some untracked files. We have to add some add this file which are in red color. So I will add those files. I will look here. So I will do git add. Again, we will do git status. Now you can see we have added those files, and we are ready to commit the changes. Okay, let me commit the changes. Like we'll use git commit for this. For writing it, for writing the commit message, I'm writing one liner commit message -m, and you can write the only the title, the commit message, like initial commit. So commit has been done, right? Now let's do get status again. So on branch, nothing to commit. The working tree is clean. So next question is, make the changes, we committed it, but what just happened? What just happened? So our initial state in our file was we had variable A, B, and C, and in working directory, I wanted to add a variable d equals to 6. Oh, sorry, I didn't add d equal to 6. D is equal to 6. I want to add this. Let's do it again. My bad. Let's do it. Add. Let's go get commit again. Okay. Now I have everything. Okay, I added a variable d equals to 6 here. Okay. Variable added d equals to 6. So it's currently in working directory. It's not yet committed. So when I do git add, it goes to staging index, which is intermediate between a working directory and repository. And after doing git commit, it goes to the repository. It gets committed. So that's what happened when I did git add and git commit. So let me talk about more about commits. Commits are like a linked list. Okay, so like here you can see like we have some number 9C, DLC. These are SHA keys, SHA-256 keys. These are like unique to a commit. Every commit will have a unique SHA key. So initial commit, this is the initial commit. My first commit added fruit.txt. That's the initial commit. Second commit will make a one more node, some sort of think of a linked list. It will have the SHA key, and it will have the what is the commit message. Added apples is the commit message, right? And you can see this SHA key by using git log. Sorry. See now these are my commit uh, keys. This is commit SHA keys. These are unique for every commit. You can differentiate every commit with the SHA keys, right? And we'll shift the head. Currently my head is pointing here. We'll shift the head later, but remember, like, this is my local head, right? Local master head, because we are not yet we are not connected the remote to the GitHub, but this is my local master head. There are two kind of masters. We'll talk about that later. Correct when we go to GitHub. So when I do git add, it goes to the staging index. When I do git commit, it can go to like committed changes. Yes, it is the repository. Committed changes means that's a repository, final place. And imagine you have to go back to your previous changes. How can I do that? I can go back from the committed message to the staging index using git reset and the hash. Let's try it out. Okay. Q and we'll do git reset. I didn't have the D value that time, right? So let me copy this. No need to type the complete star key. We did git reset. And now our current file is here. Okay. Now our current file is in the staging index. The file where we didn't have the D is equal to 6 value. Now I have to get this file to the unstaged index. Means to the working directory. Sorry, to the working directory you want to get that file. You can do it by git reset. Okay. Okay. Is it committed? Let me do status. Very good. So there is no difference. Okay, fine. Messed up somewhere there, but this is what happens. You can do git restore. You can also do git restore for getting files from unchanged. Sorry, from the index to the working directory. And we'll do git branch. So branching is like currently by default you see we are working in master branch. Let me get out of this. See in red you can see that by default I'm working in master branch, but you can create new branches by using git branch. Let me create a new branch like adding e. Git branch add e, right? Now let me do. I've created a new branch. Git add e, and currently I'm in master branch. You can see the star, the asterisk, which means the current branch. So let me go to that branch and make some changes there. So what I will do, I will make wait, let me do quit this. Oh, I will do git checkout. Now you can see I changed my branch. Let me add here. D is not there because you remember like close this file. Don't say it. Okay, D is there, and I want to add E. In D is equals to 7. So now what will I do? I will commit this. I will add this changes. I will commit this. So Okay, added a variable, and I want to like merge this change with my master. So I have two copies in master and in add branch. Now what will I do? I will go back to the master by git checkout. Master. Now in master, let me close this. See, now here you can see I don't have e value. I can merge that change here, like git merge. Okay, one more thing, like I'm doing with variables, please don't do this with variables. We don't prefer branch. Branch is not merging variables. It's actually for making merging two different features. You're making one feature in one branch or other kind of uh, interface or other kind of some sort of class in different branch that you can get merged. Don't get branches for variables. So for example, this is just for a simple example I'm showing you. Now I want to get a variable e here, which I had in previous branch. We can do git merge. So what will happen is like currently what will happen, currently what is happening, we are in master branch, our head is pointing to this, shifted here, we shifted to ID branch, and we will merge that branch. Let's see how can we get integer e here. Merge ID. See, now you can see I have added, I got the integer e. So that's the basic merging happening locally in your Git, right? And what I wanted to say, like during when I was doing Git checkout, the header point was moving. So now I'm currently master. When I do Git checkout some other branch, the header point moves to some other branch. That's how you're able to shift between branches and even commits. So we did git commits, git merge. Sorry, we did git merge, and in git branch, if you want to date a branch, use -d. You'll be able to date the branch. And let's have a quick recap because we did a lot of stuff here in very short time. And let's see what all we did. We did git init, we did git add, we did git commit. We didn't do git reset, but git reset is some again changing your head to the previous commit. And we did git log, we did git status. Git status, any time, any point of the time you want to think like, what should I do with my git command now? Just do git status. So git status will help you like, okay, I have questions like, tell me about git checkout. Is it used to switch branches? Yes, it is used to switch branches. This git checkout is used to switch branches. It is only shifting your head. So git checkout helps you shift the head. Uh, so any point of time when you're confused, like what should I do now? Should I do git add? Should I do git commit? Just do git status. You'll get to know what the status of your files in your working directory. And we did git branch, git checkout. And let's look into GitHub. And is Akash, are you there?
Hi, Akash. I am here.
So
So,
Akash is
okay.
a GitHub campus expert from Delhi, and he'll be joining us like to show the GitHub how is exactly working with folks and PRs. We're doing everything live now, and let's see how it goes. So over to you, Akash.
Okay. Hi, guys. Okay, you can stop sharing. I can just share my screen as well. Okay. So, where were we? Yeah. So we were talking about Git and version control system, and we talked a lot about Git, and we learned a lot about Git thanks to Akash. So thank you, Akash. I got to know a lot about Git from you. So let's move on to GitHub right now. Okay, so there's a lot of difference from Git to GitHub. So Git and GitHub are not the same. Git is like a version control system. GitHub is just a file hosting service. I would just say that any directory that you are working in is called a repository if you have initialized Git in it. But if you are hosting that same repository on web, I would suggest there are lots and lots of websites where you can host those repositories. So you can host those web repositories. Okay, I'm so sorry. So you can host those repositories on Google Drive as well. So version control system will help you to host that repository on Google Drive. But the most famous, hosting service is GitHub right now, and there is one from Atlassian which is called Bitbucket. But because we are GitHub campus experts, we are going to talk about GitHub obviously. So I'm going to share my screen right now, and okay, we are going to go through the PPT as well. So we are going to talk about GitHub, and we talked about GitHub Campus experts, and we talked about version control systems, and yeah, so we are on collaboration. So what does GitHub help us with? So GitHub help us with you know the versioning of files. GitHub helps us with collaboration, and a number of people can help us in our project. So open source project is not only made by one person. Akash is there to help me with adding and different integer values into my program. But there are a lot of open source projects, and Akash is not limited to. I am not limited to use Akash's open source project. If I want, I can just go to my preferred open source project, and that is Mozilla, because I was there at MozFest 2019 last year. So I like MozFest and I like Mozilla. So I'm going to go through Mozilla's GitHub, and I'm going to talk about trees. I think Akash has talked about trees and branches as well, but we are going to just clone the code, fork the code, and we are going to talk about everything there is to forking and GitHub. So I have a GitHub site, GitHub repo from Akash right now. So I'm going to go there. So thank you, Akash, for giving me a GitHub repo. I can make changes and make a PR there. So yeah, so I have this DevHack repo from Akash. So to make changes to any open source project, you can't directly make changes to any open source project. You have to make a fork of that open source project to your own GitHub account. So to start with everything, we are going to go over to GitHub. So I'm going over to GitHub from an incognito window so that you guys know what GitHub looks like. GitHub.com. So yeah, so GitHub is nothing but a file hosting service, and GitHub looks like this. You have to sign in from your Google account, or if you have signed up elsewhere, so you can directly sign up or sign in. And because I have already signed in, you can see there I have my profile picture there. uh, you can see that I look very handsome here. Yeah, thank you so much. I don't I look handsome, Akash? Yeah, so that photo is from the Gateway of India, and I love Mumbai. I have visited Mumbai a lot of times, and I love that place. So if okay, so that's just the profile picture, and that is my profile. I have contributed to a lot of projects. I have contributed to like 236 projects last year. It might be mine, it might be Akash's, or it might be like someone else's, like Mozilla or someone else's. So I did some work. So to do some work anyway, you have to have a fork of the project. So Akash has made a beautiful repository called the Def Hack, and I can't directly contribute to this repository if I haven't make a fork. So when I make a fork, it does nothing but create the same repository with my name so that I can edit it with full access. If I am in Akash's repository, I can't use the repository with my full access, but if I fork it, it will ask me to which repository I have to fork, and because A2G is the main repository that I have, I will just directly fork it to that. So what forking does is it creates the whole repository, it replicates the whole repository, and it gives me the whole permission to play with it. I can do anything with this repository, and if I have to make changes to Akash's repository, I can make changes to my repository and then make a pull request to Akash's. So what I can do is I can clone the repo. So what cloning repo is, it as Akash mentioned previously, it actually initializes a previously made Git repository to my own local computer. I will copy this SSH, and I will go to my desktop. Okay, so my screen sharing is paused. Let me make a new share. And okay, yeah. So Akash, can you confirm if my screen is visible or not?
Yes, it's visible. I can see your Windows screen, the desktop,
Okay,
not the people.
so yeah, my screen has no icons. How does it look?
It looks very clean.
No Windows machine looks that clean, but I have hidden all my icons so that I can work around with Bash. So I'm going to use my Git Bash here. I'm going to write once it starts, because Git on Windows, it is quite slow. So I'm going to write git clone, and the repository is named control V, and I'm just going to press enter, and it's going to you know uh, copy the whole um, repository on my local desktop. So I have this repository on my desktop. So I am on my desktop, but my repository is defx, and you can't see my repository right now because all my icons are hidden. So I am going to use this command called cd, which is called change directory, and it is usually used on Linux. But because Bash is a part of Linux, so we can use cd directory. It can be used on terminals. It can be used on command prompts. It can be used anywhere. Cd is a common command for change directory. So we are going to use cd def hack, and we have gone into def hack. So you can see that we are in def hack right now, and we are on the master branch. So let's list all the files that are there in the def hack directory. So ls is the command for listing all the files that are there in the def hack directory. So let's go with ls, and we can see that there is only one directory. Oh, Akash, you have only made one file. Okay, what's the file doing? Just let me know what's the file doing, and I will just make some functionality
It is
to it.
just for example, right?
Yeah. So okay, let's go into that file. Okay, so because there are no files on my desktop, so I'll have to use my file explorer for that. And where is that? It's there on my desktop. Okay, so there's that defac file, and there's this test.cpp. I'm going to open it with I am like a newbie with cpp, so I am going to use it in notepad. But if you are a pro like Akash, you can use VS Code or Sublime Text or whatever. So I'm going to open it with notepad right now. So I think we have a doubt, or there's something on chat. Okay, so question: explain about git commits, header, footer, body, and license for repos. Question: sir, if I four can get it locally, and if the okay, so we will talk about it later. We can use git fetch and git pull, but okay, let's make a pull request, and then I'll talk about licenses, and then I'll talk about how to make if there is a change in the original directory, how to uh, make your local directory sync with that original directory. That is easy. That is all is easy. But we are going to make a function right now, so that we can add all this up. So I am going to write something. So we all know CPP. I'm newbie to CPP right now. So just tell me, Akash, if I am doing it right or not. Okay. So I am going to write int sum, and I am going to initialize it by three variables: int a, b, sorry, int b, int c, int d, int e, and let's see if I am doing it right or not. So int x is equal to a plus b plus c plus d plus e, and there is this mark. I don't know the name of that, and I'm going to return it with int x, and I'm going to use a closing bracket. So I'm going to call this function here as well. So uh, uh, sum a plus b, so a, b, c, d, and e. So, and I'm going to see out. Okay, so Akash, I am a newbie at C++. Have I written this code correctly or not?
You missed a semicolon in index.
I am definitely very sorry about that. So I am going to write a semicolon there. And have I written the code correctly or not?
Yep.
Okay, so what do you think? What would be the value of x right now?
Uh, I'm not good in maths.
You can take a minute or two for that as well. You have explained Git a lot. So you can take a minute. I can give you a minute, so you can just tell me about the value of x.
Okay. Okay, it will be like 8, 8 plus 1, 9. 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 plus 7 is 20. Sorry, 15 plus 7 is 22.
Okay, so as I see, my answer and your answer might differ. So 7 plus 3 is 10, and 6 plus 4 is also 10. So that would be 20. And there, this is C, that is equal to 5. That would be 25 or not.
Okay, okay. Correct. I'm almost
Okay,
correct.
so that might be 25, but we are not going to calculate it because we are going to just push this to our master branch. So we are going to save it. We are going back to our git bash, um, and type in git status and see if there have been any changes to our file. So git status. Oh, our file has been modified. Did we modify the file, Akash?
Oh, get status. No. Okay, you modified the file.
Yeah, I modified the file, so I have to go into the staging area and I have to make a commit, and I have to make a pull request as well. So what we can do is we can add this file back to the staging area by git add, and because Akash showed the way test.cpp, we can also write dot. So what dot does is it adds all the files there are in the working directory to the staging area. And because we have only one file right now, we can just write all the files into the staging area right now. So I'm going to press enter, and all the files are there in the staging area. We can write git status, and we can see all the files are there in the staging area. If we have a green uh, text, all the files are there in the staging area. If we have a red text, some files are missing from the staging area. So we can commit the files to our git repository. So we are going to write git commit uh, -m. -m is for writing a message to the commit. So we are going to write add some function. Okay, and we are going to press enter, and as soon as we press enter, we are going to add a commit, and we can write git log to see if there is a commit or not. And we can see there are three commits, three from Akash and one from me, and we are going to push the whole commit into the master branch. For that, we are going to write git push -u origin master. Okay, so we have to wait a minute. All the files are uploading to the master branch, and you can see all the files have been uploaded to the master branch. We can just write git status to see if anything is left or not. Git status, and nothing is left. The working tree is clean. We can go back to the master branch and see what's going on. We are going to press refresh, control R or F5, and we can see that this branch is a commit ahead of the Akash's branch. So I have made some changes to your file, Akash. Is that okay with you? I make a pull request? Your files might be edited over.
Make a pull request and I will check it.
Okay, so because I am not the maintainer of the defx branch, when I make a pull request, Akash will be able to see a pull request and he will be able to merge the pull request, but I'll able to see only the pull request and I'll not be able to, merge that request. So I'm going to make a pull request. So I'm going to click this button, this big button which is saying pull request, and I'm going to click that. Okay. So I'm making a pull request, Akash. Just see if I have written the CPP code correctly or not. Okay. So I'm going to create a pull request, and there is this pull request message. And if we have to describe the pull request, added the summation function. Thanks for the CPP template. And I have made a pull request. So what pull request does is I have made some changes to his branch, but I have not directly made changes to his branch. I have copied his branch to my branch. I have made changes to my branch, and I've asked Akash that I have made some changes to your branch. Can you please pull request? Can you accept that pull request and see if my changes are actually acceptable to you or not?
Okay.
So I look into it. So Akash hasn't. Okay. So
Okay.
was there any problem with the pull request, Akash?
No, I'm just merging the change. Shall I share my screen to show you like how the merging takes place here?
Yeah, I'll just stop my sharing. You can just share your screen as well.
Okay. So is my screen visible?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Awesome. So in my GitHub repository, I have a pull request. So in pull request, I have a function. Means I have a pull request by Akash. It says add some function. So let me see what he has done. So here we get a green tick mark. It says you don't have any conflicts uh, while merging to the master branch, right? So we just see what all commits he has done. So here you can see what all I had and what all he has written, right? So this green part is this green color background is a part where he has written, and this is what I previously had. Now I'm fine with the changes what he made. So I will go back to the pull request, and I will merge his pull request. Confirm merge. Awesome. So
Okay. Akash, did you get my changes in the actual repository?
yes, I will just see the code here. So I have the changes made by Ikan here, but locally I don't have it yet, right? So what I'm gonna do? Okay, I have to share the complete screen. Share my whole desktop. Okay, my screen is visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I will I will do a clear, and what we are gonna do is we are gonna do a git pull. Should I do a git pull or should I do a git fetch? Okay, this is one thing to remember. Like git pull does git fetch and git merge. It does a fast forwarding merge when you do a git pull. So there are two commands running behind when you do a git pull. So currently, I don't think. Currently, I'm sure like it will go in fast forward mode. There's not any conflict. So I'll just do a git pull. And currently, I'm not working on any other what do you say features for my CPP file. So I'll just do a git pull and let go for a fast forward merge. So I did a git pull. It says it added something. There's 9 insertions. So let me see like where are those insertions. So see, my code got updated locally. Now locally my code is updated. And this is how you basically collaborate when you're working in a team. And one more thing, like when you're working on your current new feature and someone makes a push to the your GitHub and you want to get that changes, don't do a git pull, do git fetch because git fetch is a bit safer. It won't directly ask you for a means fix the conflicts, but it will diverge the master branch from your local master. So basically, I have a two master here. I'll show you one thing. Uh, the terminal. See, no, no, sorry. Sorry. So git remote. I will just show you git remote. So you can see origin. Origin is like I've given any name, right? This name is going for a GitHub, my GitHub repository. So I have two masters. One is for my GitHub, which is origin/master, and one is for my local, which is only master. So normally what happens, like these two should be like pointing to the same commits, but there are chances like when both of them get diverged because of conflicts and you have to merge it again by new commit, something like that. So remember like do git fetch and let it's fine to have a to diverge your origin master branch from your local master, but you can always merge it later with your current master.
Okay.
So
So Akash, so there is this question. This question is actually my question as well, and this question has been on the chat as well. So I wanted to know what is Git remote. So why do we write Git remote add? What is the purpose of Git remote?
okay, so yeah, it's not necessary like you have to push to GitHub, right? It means you want to connect your local Git local Git to the main server repository in the GitHub. So how you do that? You add a URL. You add a URL. You can add as many as URL. You can connect GitHub, GitLab with the same GitHub working directory running locally by giving them different remote names. So Git remote actually basically points to your URL, which is your GitHub repository. So that's what Git remote is. It's basically connecting to the central server where the code is.
Okay, so next question here is with what is the difference between pull and a push? And I'll answer that question, and you can answer the next one.
Sure.
So the difference between a pull and a push is actually the difference between the pull and a push. So what you do in a pull is you actually pull something, and when you have to push something. So that is the actual difference between pull and a push. When you pull something out of GitHub, you actually or take out all the updates that has been done on the GitHub repository to your local repository or your GitHub repository from fork branch or a clone branch. And when you are pushing something, you are updating some repository of yours, and you are putting it back to the master branch or the original branch, so that features get updated or not. So if so you saw that I wrote some code. So I wrote that code and I pushed that into Akash's directory, and he can actually look into that code. So I pushed that code. I pushed that code, and Akash because he wanted to work on my summation function. He pulled that code from the GitHub directory. He worked with it. He wanted to do something with it. He wanted to, write some code on that, so that he wrote that code and he can actually push it back to the GitHub repository. Does that answer your question? Was it clear, Akash?
Yep. Can you see my screen? Which screen are you able to see?
Uh, I am not. Okay, I am now able to see your screen right now.
The presentation one, right?
Yeah, synchronized changes.
Okay, cool. So let us do a quick recap, like what all are there. So we did git fetch. Git fetch, I told you like, uh, okay, git fetch like downloads all the history, means all the history from the remote tracking. So what? That's what I say. Like git pull is some sort of like a combination of git fetch and git merge. It's a fast forward merge. Remember, because you from one, if you have two different commits, if you're able to go from one commit to another commit in a chain, but then you go for a fast forward merge because there are no conflicts there, right? So that's what git pull is. Git pull combination of git fetch and git merge. So that's what we're talking. And
Okay.
we did git pull and git fetch, and I told like why git fetch is safer. So that's there. And Akash did the forking. So if you have any thoughts, put the questions. We'll be happy to answer. Akash also made a PR. He forked the repository. He made some changes locally. He pushed those changes and made a pull request. And from my side, I merged a pull request to my master branch. So now finally is a quiz time. Now this is a fun part. Now next question is like how we're gonna do the quiz. So we have for prizes we have a GitHub T-shirt.
Nice.
Okay,
I
are
don't
you able
have a
to see?
GitHub t-shirt. Do you have a GitHub t-shirt, Akash?
Yeah, luckily I have some to give for this event.
I like to win a GitHub t-shirt right now.
So we're able to see my quiz for GitHub T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
So let's have some ground rules like how we're gonna set the winners. So we're gonna post a question. It will be on slides, and we'll post a question. And after a few seconds, after 30 seconds, we will answer those. We'll give the answers. And Siddharth from the DevFag organizing team will help us to see like who answered first in the YouTube live chat, and whoever answers the first will get a GitHub T-shirt. And one more thing, like your name should be same in the DevHack channel, or in case if you were registered in the DevFolio, it should be the same name, right? Don't like don't log in with your different account and with random name and start answering. That's the thing because it will be difficult for us to reach out to you. So this is the first question. What's the meaning of Git? Free feel to Google it, but type as fast as you can on the live chat.
Okay, so Akash, I wanted to ask, how many chances do I have to win a GitHub t-shirt?
Uh, Very less since you already a GitHub campus expert. And between, by the way, Akash is also a person who gives away GitHub t-shirt in the organization, in his community. So he also organizes various events. So in future, if you want any GitHub t-shirts or any GitHub swags, make sure to attend this event too.
Okay, that's another thing. But right now, if I answer the question, what's the meaning of Git? Do I get a t-shirt?
Depends. Like in live chat, where is the answer? Let me open the live chat. Have you opened the live chat, Akash?
Not yet, not yet.
Siddharth, can you help us? Like if anyone answered the question.
Yes, I can help you. Can you tell me what the right answer is, and then I can check who's the first
It
one?
basically means stupid, childish, unpleasant? Anyone who answered this first?
Okay. It looks like it was Tanweer Ali.
Okay, Tanvir Ali. Tanvir Ali, are you on Slack? For that fact, let me search you. Are you there on Slack? Yes, Tanvir Ali is there on Slack. Okay, got it. So our first question winner is Tanvir. Folks, should we do one more?
Yeah, sure. I want to win a T-shirt badly, Akash. Do you have another question?
We have a question, but I thought we'll get more views on my stream so that we can do one more.
Okay, if you have another question, please do it.
Yeah, we have one more question, but this one is a bit tricky. So let's see who gets it first. Okay, now let's go for next question. Congrats, Tanvir, for the first one. So one, two, three,
Drum rolls,
go.
please. Okay, what's the name of GitHub mascot? Okay, that's an easy one. We have there on the background. If you know the name, you know the name. If you don't know the name, you don't. But you have 30 seconds to answer this question and you can Google it. Otherwise. Okay, so we are waiting for the winners. If anyone answered correctly, we can say okay. So
Okay,
uh,
most of people saying Octocat. Octocat, yeah, it's Octocat, but the Octocat has a name.
yeah, we want the name of that octocat. What's the name of the octocat? So it's inspired with this famous painting which is there on the Louvre Museum in France. If you know the name, you know the name. If you don't, you don't. You can Google it.
Okay, let's say the answer. The answer is Mona Lisa. Is that so? It's Mona the Octocat.
Okay, so did anyone answer that question correctly?
Yeah,
Shashank, can you help me? Like,
the first person to answer it correctly was Aditya Oberoi.
Aditya
Oh,
Oberoi.
congrats, Aditya. Congrats. Congrats, Aditya, for winning a GitHub t-shirt. Akash is going to send you a GitHub t-shirt coupon on the Discord channel. If you aren't on the Discord channel, just send in your contact
No, wait,
details.
wait. Aditya is not registered in DevFag, I think.
Oh,
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 sorry, Aditya. Means I have seen Aditya somewhere. I think Aditya has
oh.
been speaker for many events, I think. Aditya Oberoi, right?
Yeah, Aditya is actually very popular. Aditya,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Oh, yeah. How we entered up our stream.
Yeah. So, are we going to give a t-shirt to Aditya or not?
No. We want someone from DevFact to answer. So let's see who answered the next.
Then
Who
the
answered next?
person to answer was Shrey Tyagi.
Okay, Shrey Tagi. Let's see, is he on Slack? Oh, yeah, Shrey Tyagi. Yeah, I talked with him recently. Okay. So Tanveer and Shrey Tyagi. I pinged you on Slack. Just say hi and reply anything, and I will hook you up with some GitHub t-shirt coupons, which will deliver to your doorstep. And
Congratulations, guys! You'll get GitHub t-shirts. I don't have GitHub t-shirts myself, but you will have one on your doorsteps.
same, even I don't
So
have a GitHub
thanks,
t-shirt.
Akash.
Yeah, so
Thanks,
that's
Akash.
all from our side. And before winding it up, uh, let me go to this. We have one more. I know like you folks are busy. We have like very tight schedule for this dev hack. Is my screen visible? Akash?
Yeah, I'm on the what is the name of? Yeah, okay, I'm on the last slide.
Okay, this is a final last slide. We would be happy to get your feedback. Reach out to us on LinkedIn, Twitter, or GitHub. And if you have any doubts with GitHub or Node.js or Cloud, or Node.js or GCP or blockchain, feel free to ping me on Slack. I'm there on Slack, and do connect with Akash. He's an awesome person. I'm sure he'll be very helpful. So do connect with him. And thank you all for joining us. And thank you, Akash, for joining me for this workshop.
Thank you
And
so much, Akash, for inviting me, and thank you, Shashank and Siddharth, for inviting us on DefX. It's been a great pleasure to be on DefX uh, this evening.
first of all, attendees, I know it's Diwali time, but you were able to make it. So thanks a lot for coming, and a very happy Diwali. So
Happy
we'll end the
Diwali,
stream
guys.
here.